Good evening, ma'am. I request your permission to start the session for today.
Yes, we can start.
Thank you, ma'am. Hari Home, everyone. A warm and heartfelt welcome to the 40th session of our lecture series, a prestigious lecture series designed exclusively for the first year and fourth year BMS students. We are delighted to have you all here today. But before we embark on this enlightening journey, let me take a moment to introduce you to Jignasa, a pan India platform driven by the student community of Bharata within the Ayush fraternity. Our motto is simple yet powerful: learn Ayush to practice Ayush. We strive to empower ICE students from campuses to communities, bridging the gap between students, policymakers, and administrative authorities. Jignasa serves as a unifying force connecting every aspect of ICE, including students, academicians, practitioners, scientists, industrialists, and hospitals, all under one inclusive umbrella. We firmly believe in thinking globally while acting locally. Working tirelessly over the past 2 decades to strengthen the ICE education system and instill confidence among ICE students. To achieve our goals, Jignas has undertaken various impactful initiatives across the country, ranging from grassroots to international platforms. And some of our key initiatives include study circles, lecture series on specific topics, free medical camps, social health status surveys, hands on training workshops, conferences, interaction with eminent Vaidyas and academicians, brainstorming sessions, National Arogya Expo and International Conference, national level seminars, medicinal plant visits, pharmaceutical visits, agitations for high student community, private internship programs, interaction with traditional healers, online mock tests, social awareness campaign programs, free healthcare assistance during natural calamities and accidents through local governing bodies were also provided by Jignasa organization. Campaigns like Free Swarna Bindu Prashana Camp, Ashtashatottar Yoga, Group Surya Namaskara, and many more have been delivered till date from our organization. Yesterday's session was a testament to the overwhelming response and enthusiasm from students. With over 1,600 live participants and more than 26,000 views so far, we are humbled by your active engagement and dedication to learning. At Jignasa, we understand the financial challenges that many students face it when it comes to accessing commercial study platforms. We firmly believe that education should be accessible to all regardless of their financial constraints. Hence, we are committed to providing a helping hand to every student fueled by the burning desire to learn. With the support of experts in the field, we offer you the opportunity to learn the subject with no financial burden or any other things. All we ask for is your unwavering interest and passion for knowledge. Today, we are honored to have Dr. Chaitra T.M. Ma'am, BMS MD, Kriya Shareera, Assistant Professor, Rajiv Institute of Ayurvedic Medical Science and Research Center, Asan. Ma'am completed her UG from Government Ayurveda Medical College, Mysore, and PG from SDM College of Ayurveda and Hospital, Asan. Ma'am has done paper presentation in 4 international conferences and served as a resource person during farmers training at ICAR KVK Tiptur. Ma'am has also served as a resource person during training program at rural rural youth employment generation throughout coconut plant climbing held on 18th June at College of Agriculture Assam and delivered a lecture on first aid. Ma'am has done various publications which include an observation study to assess the influence of Ahara and Manasa Bhavas in JAMS Journal Volume 5 Issue 5 of September to October edition 2020. Ma'am has also written an article on applications of nanotechnology in Ayurveda and presented in an international conference on concurrent technologies and opportunities in bioscience, which was held at College of Agriculture, Asan from 27 to 29 March 2023. Ma'am has done various projects which include integrated farming approach to enhance the livelihood security of scheduled caste farmers in Asad district of Karnataka. Also done a project on integrated farming approach to enhance the livelihood of security of scheduled caste farmers in Tumkur district of Karnataka and etc. Ma'am has received numerous awards and honors, which include received Best Book Award from Manage Hyderabad on Entrepreneurship and Business Communication. Ma'am, we are very delighted to and honored to have you on the session today, ma'am, and we extend our warmest welcome to you and to each and everyone who is watching this session today. We hope you find this helpful. Now I request the ma'am to carry this session forward from here. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Let us start the class. Very good evening, everyone. Yes, my PPT is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yes. Good evening. In the last class, we have discussed about the dhatus. Let us continue our class. Okay. So let us continue. Um, okay. After all the dhatus, or how to write the answer in the exam about the dhatus whenever the question is asked, and about the contents, everything I have told in the last class. So coming to upadhatus, so next topic is Upadhatu. So, what is the meaning of Upadhatu? So, yeah, as we studied in the dhatus, in the same way we are going to study the Upadhatus, like contents, etymology, how the Utpatti will takes place, what all the functions of Upadhatu, like that. So, etymology, so derivation of the word Upadhatu means Upasadrishyate. Upasadrishye, Dhatu Sadrishye, Dhatuhu. It is which upa means which resembles the dhatu. Upa sadhu means sub tissues. Dhatus are tissues. Upa means sub tissue. Okay, so upa dhatu means sub tissue. It resembles the dhatus. It is not exactly the dhatu. It is resemblance of dhatus. Dhatubhyascha upajayante iti upadhatavaha. So upadhatus are formed as a byproduct of dhatus. Yes, we have studied about the formation of dhatus, right? In the last class, we have studied how the dhatus utpatti will be takes place. During that time, Sara Kitta Vibhajana. So and the Sara part is uh, takes part in the formation of next dhatu, same dhatu as well as upadhatu and dhatumala. So like that, upadhatu will be formed. So naming of the classification of the upadhatus is, there are two references. In Charaka Chikisasano is also having a reference, and Sharangadara Purvakonda is also having a reference. Stanyam Rajashcha sorry, रसात् स्तन्यं तथो रक्तम् असृजाः कण्डराः सिराः मांसात् वसाः त्वचः षट्च मेधसः स्नायुसम्भवः. This is one reference. So one more reference is स्तन्यं रजश्च नारीणां काले भवति गच्छति शुद्धमांसा भवः स्नेह स वसा परिकीर्तिताः स्वेदो दन्तस्ततः केश तत्तै ओजश्च सप्तमम् इति धातुभवा ज्ञेय एते सप्तोपधातवाः. So this is the reference. So according to both the acharyas, Acharya Charaka and Acharya Sharangadara, the Upadhatus is classified. So Rasadhatu is having Upadhatu Stanya and Raja according to Acharya Charaka, whereas according to Sharangadara only Stanya. Rakta is having Upadhatu, Kandara and Sira, whereas according to Sharangadara only Raja. Mamsa according to Charakacharya, Vasa and Tvacha, whereas Sharangadara only Vasa. So Medhodhatu is having Upadhatu Snayu according to Acharya Charaka. After Medhadhatu, there is no Upadhatus. Okay, Acharya Charaka will not mention the Upadhatus, whereas Sharangadara mentions Sweda for Upadhatu of Medha, Danta for Asti, Kesha for Majja, and Shukra Upadhatu is Ojas. So coming to Stanya, what is Stanya? Rasat Stanyam Sambhavaha, Rasat Stanyam Sambhavaha, Rasat Stanyam Stiya Raktam. So these are all the Nirukti of the word Stanya. Stanya means it is formed from the Rasadhatu. As a Upadhatu, during the formation of Rasadhatu, Stanya will be formed. So synonyms are, it is it is also called as Paya, Shira, Dugda, and Somacha. So these are the paryayas of stanya. Next, coming to utpatti, how the stanya utpatti will take place. So रसप्रसादो मधुराः पक्व आहारनिमित्तजाः कृष्णदेहात् स्तनौ प्राप्तौ stanyam इत्यभिधीयते. In Shushruta Nidasthana, it has been mentioned. So after the digestion of food, digestion and metabolism, Sarabhaga will be formed. This Sarabhaga is responsible for formation of dhatus. First dhatu is, which is formed is Rasadhatu. So prasadamsha of this Rasadhatu will move to the circulation. means it is moved all over the body, right? Rasadhatu from the heart, it is moved all over the body. When it comes to the sthana part, it is called as stanya. Okay, so this is the utpatti of stanya. Next, coming to pramana. Pramana of stanya is Dva Anjali. To Anjali is the pramana of stanya. Next, importance of stanya. Yes. What is the importance of stanya? So, what is the significance of stanya? Matureva pibe stanyam
Ma'am,
tat amaram. Yes.
the PPT is
The
stuck,
PPT
ma'am.
is
Just
stuck,
move fast,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Just move fast, ma'am.
Which slide it is there?
First slide, ma'am.
First slide, ma'am.
No, just a minute. No.
Yes, ma'am. It's changing now.
Yes, ma'am. It's changing now.
Can you check now?
Are you changing,
Are
ma'am?
you changing, ma'am?
Yes.
It's not changing,
It's
ma'am.
not changing, ma'am.
Can you see now?
Yes, ma'am. I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
see now.
I can see that.
Yes. This is the etymology of upadhatu, upasadrushya, dhatu sadrushya, which resembles the dhatu is upadhatu. Okay. Next, coming to number. This is the reference shlokas, which I have told. And this is the classification chart of upadhatu. Okay. So, according to Acharya Charaka, according to Acharya Sharangadara. Next, coming to Stanya, Nirukti of Stanya, Rasat Stanyam, Sambhavaha. Next, Paryaya, Paya, Kshira, Dugdha, and Somaja. So, Utpatti of Stanya, whatever the digested food, which will form the rasa, Sara and Kitta Vibhaga Sara part is converted into Rasadhatu. This Rasadhatu Prasadamsha, whatever is formed, that is circulated all over the body. When it reaches the Stanya, it is called as Sthana. When it reaches the Sthana, it is called as Stanya. Next, coming to importance. We were discussing about the importance of Stanya. So, Matureva Pibet Stanyam. Tat Amaram Deha Vrittayoho. So means this tanya is nothing is it is useful for the fetus babies, right? So it develops the immunity, and also it is needed for the growth of the body. It is the only food which is there for the babies. So it will increase the immunity, as well as it is needed for the growth of the body. So guna karma, yes, you must mention like this. There are so many shlokas which tells the guna as well as karma. There are you need to split, and you need to make like this guna and karma of sanya. So rasa is madhura rasa. Always sanya is dominated with the madhura rasa, and varna is always it is shweta varna. So any variation from these gunas and karma, we can conclude it as it is vitiated. Okay. Next, vipaka, madhura vipaka, guna, guru, pichila, shita, sara, and mriduguna. Karma. So the function of stanya is ojo vriddhi. It increases the ojas. Dhatu vriddhi. Dhatu will be developed. Medo vardaka is for the babies. Medas is needed. Medo vardaka. It acts as a rasayana. Ayur vriddhi and jivaniya. So these are the karmas of sanya. Next, Shuddha Sanya Lakshana. Very, very important shloka. If you have not pirated the shloka, please buy it. All, here there are two reference, at least one reference, you must buy it. Very important shloka, you must quote it. Whenever the question is asked, you must mention the shloka, or else in Viva also, examiner will ask the shloka. So, Stanya Sampattu, Prakriti Varna Gandha Sparsham उदपात्रे च दुह्यमानम् उदकं वेते प्रकृतिभूतत्वात् तत् पुष्टिकरम् आरोग्यकरं चेति. So this is the lakshana of Shuddha Stanya. So means Shuddha Stanya Lakshana is Prakriti Varna Gandha Sparsha. So this is the here is the gunas. What is the rasa, varna, vipaka, and guna? So all these should be in a normalcy. Okay, so that is the, whenever the stanya is poured in a water, udapatre cha duhyamanam udakam prakriti bhutatva, it should be mixed properly. There should not be clotting or floating of the stanya. It should mix with the water properly, and then only it is called as shuddha stanya. That pushtikaram, that stanya which is having prakriti varna, prakriti gandha, prakriti rasa, means normalcy. All these qualities, if they are in the normalcy, it will cause pushti. Okay, so amara. Okay, it is amara, it will cause amara, means it is very, it will increase the immunity to the baby, arogyakara, and also it nourish the body. So one more reference is yat kshiram udake क्षिप्तम eki bhavate panduram madhuram cha avivarnam cha prasannam tadvi nirdishet. So same thing, whenever the stanya is added to the water, so it should mix properly. Okay, so that is the one of the test for stanya. Okay, and the rasa is madhura, and there is white color. Okay, white color, varna is white color, and guna is, so all these qualities should be there. So next, coming to karma of stanya: jeevanam brahmanam satmyam snehanam manusham payaha. So in Charaka Sutrasthana, this shloka has been mentioned. It is not about like sanya, it is mentioned as manusha paya, under the concept of paya. So it gives the karma of, it will increase the life, jivana, brahmana, nourishing, satmya, it is satmya for the body, and it is anxious in nature. It is anxious in nature. These are the qualities of stanya. Next, tena kumarasya arogyakaram shariropachayam balavriddhischa bhavati. So kumara means baby. So it will increase the health of the baby, and it nourish the body. It increases the bala strength, are the qualities of stanya. Tat pushtikaram arogyakaram sheti. It is a continuous shloka, so already here told. Next, coming to vriddhi kshaya lakshana. So what actually happens when there is a vriddhi of stanya and kshaya of stanya? So kshaya, stanya kshaye, stanayor mlanata, stanya asambhava, alpata va, means flaccid breast. So there will be nothing will be there in the breast. So breast will be, it looks like a flaccid in nature, and absence of milk, if at all, if it is present, there is a less breast milk. Stanya vriddhi, stanyam, stanayor apinatvam, muhur pravritti, todam cha. So enlarge breast, as there is a more and more production of the stanya. So the enlarged breast we can see, and also frequent secretion will be there. And as there is a more secretion, we can also see the pain, toda. So toda, these are the lakshana of vriddhi and kshaya of stanya. Is next, coming to artava. Nirukti is rasa stanyam striya raktam, rasadeva striya raktam, रजः संज्ञा प्रवर्तते, तद्वर्षात् द्वादशात् ऊर्ध्वं याति पञ्चशतः क्षयम्. So rasadhiya sriyakam, this is the upadhatu of rasadhatu, right? And also it is according to Vanachari Shishrutacharya, it is also rasadhiva striyaraktam. So upadhatu of rasadhatu, which we can see in the females. Okay, it is started artava when it is, when we can see tad varshad dvadashad urdhvam yati panchashatah kshayam, means after 12 years you can see the menarche, and it will be, menopause will attain at panchashatah 50 age. Okay, paryaya rajah stri pushpa and shonita asruk. Panchamahabhuta artava shonitam to agneyam. Artham to Agneyam. Agni Mahabhuta is predominant here. Pramana Chatvaro Rajasaha Striyaha 4 Anjali. Next, Shuddha Artava Lakshana. Shashasruk Pratipam Yettu. यद्वा लाक्षा रसोपमं तदार्थवं प्रशंसन्ति यद्वासो न viranjayet. So this is the lakshana of shuddha artava. So shashastrak pratimam. What is shashastrak? Shashastrak pratimam means it looks like a blood of shasha, rabbit. Okay, it looks like a rabbit blood. Yadva laksha rasopamam. It is also the color is like a laksha menstrual blood, which whatever we can see that is resembles the blood of the shasha, and also color is resemble to laksha, that is lakh. Okay, tadarthamam prashamsanti yadvaso na viranjayet. It will not stain to the cloth. So after staining to the cloth, it will whenever it is washed, it will go. So if it is staining after washing also, if it is staining, so then it is vitiated artava, it is not the shuddha artava. So karma Rakta Lakshanam Artavam Garba Kucha Garba Lakshanam. So it is needed for the Garba if it does. Okay, female as a female gamete. So Stana. Okay, Srotas. The Srotas is Artavavahedve Tayor Mulam Garbashaya Artavavayinyascha Dhamanyaha. So Artavava Srotas, it is the Mula of Artavava Srotas is Garbashaya and Artavaha Dhamanis. Next, coming to Vriddhikshaya of Artava, Vriddhi of Ar- Artavam, Angamardam, Atipravrittim, Daurgandyam cha. So Angamardam, there is a body ache, and Atipravrittim, we can see the more flow and also smell, along with that foul smell. Artavakshaye, Yetochitakalam, Adarshanam, Alpata va Yonim Yoni Vedana cha. So whether in the case of Artavakshaya, Yetochita Kalam Adarshanam. So there is no flow. Means for cycle variation in the cycles. Okay, exactly. It will not the cycles will not come after the 28 days, after 1.5 month. Itochita kalam, it is not periodic in nature. And adarshanam alpata, and the flow is also very less. There will be a pain. Okay, pain also we can see. So next, coming to next upadhatu, sira, asrija kandara siraha, sirat, saranat siraha. So which is needed for the flow. It is act as a channel. Okay, that is known as sira. Number is sapta shira, sapta sira shatani bhavanti. 700 siras are there. The function is to conduct the rasa and rakta along with the doshas, to conduct the nutrients to the tissue. This is the function of sira. Next, coming to khandara, asrijaha kandara. Yes, this is also one of the upadhatu. Shodasha kandaraha, 16 kandara is there. It is needed for the prasarana akuncanayor anganam kandaramata. It is needed for the extension and relaxation of the body. Next, वस मांसाद्वसः त्वचः षट्च मेधसः स्नायुसम्भवः शुद्धमांसस्य या स्नेहः स वसः परिकीर्तितः. So whatever the snehamsha, which is shuddha, purest snehamsha which is present at the formation of mamsa, so that is known as vasa. Trayo anjali, the pramana is 3 anjali. So the karma is nehana, jivana, varnya, balopachaya and vardana. It is very unctuous in nature. It gives the life. It increases the complexion. It gives the bala, strength to the person. Next, coming to tvacha. Tvachati, samvarnoti. So one which is spread all over the body is called as tvacha. Yes. So paryaya, charma, valkala, and sparshana. Utpatti is utpatti of the tvacha. Is tasya kalvevam pravrittasya shukrashonitasya abhipachyamanasya kshiirasyeva santanika saptatvacho bhavanti. So means during the fertilization, during the shukrashonita samyoge, at the time of transformation, means transformation will it takes place. So during the metabolism, tvacha will be formed. So at the time of shukrashonita samyoga, right, at the time of conception, at that time these 7 layers of the skin is formed. And there is a simile as the cream get deposited on milk while boiling. In the same way, seven layers of the skin is formed at the time of conception. This is the utpatti of tvacha. Next, coming to is classification of the tvacha. There is layers. Yes. Layers of the tvacha. Layers of the tvacha. It can be. It is measured depending on the, it is observed based on the skin disorders, and thickness as well as the function of skin layer. So like by all these points it is differentiated. Layers of the skin is mentioned, and thickness of the tvacha, it is mentioned as vrihi. Vrihi means size of the paddy. What is the size of the paddy is that is taken as a thickness for the comparison of thickness of the skin. So according to acharyas, so so many acharyas, it is classified into six type and also seven type. Okay, you can go through here. Among this, Charakas and Shushrutas classification is very important. Yes, according to according to Charakacharya, it is mentioned as six layer of the skin. Okay, Udakadhara, Asragdhara, Sharire, Shat Tvachaha, Tatyata, Udakadhara, Dviti, Dvitiye, Asragdhara. After that, Acharya Charaka didn't mention the name of the Tvacha, but he mentioned about the diseases. In the first layer, Udakadhara, it contains water, and Asragdhara, it contains the blood and capillaries. Whereas third layer onwards, third layer, it is mentioned because of the like Sidma and Kakana disease, we can see in the third layer, and in the fourth layer, Datu and Kushta, allergy in fifth layer, and in the sixth layer. So individual, whenever there is excision of of this layer, this particular layer, so whenever there is an injury for this sixth layer, innermost layer of the skin, so person will experience like darkness. Okay, so that is the classifications. It's layer of the skin according to Acharya Charaka. According to Acharya Shushruta, it is classified into seven layers: Avabhasini, Lohita, Shweta, Tamra, Vedini, Rohini, Mamsadara. Okay, and even the thickness is mentioned here. Thickness is compared with, as I told, thickness is compared with the vrihi, size of the paddy. So Avabhasini size is 1 by 18 vrihi, Lohita is 1 by 16, Shweta is 1 by 12, and Tamra is 1 by 8. Vedini is 1 by 5th, and Rohini is 1 vrihi, and Mamsadara, last layer, Mamsadara is 2 vrihi. This is the thickness of the skin. Okay, so even Acharya Shushruta has mentioned the diseases at this particular layers. Okay, go through that, make a chart, and go through the layers of the skin. Okay, coming to, yes, this is about the Upadhatus. So Upadhatus you can expect for 5 marks and also MCQs. And among these Upadhatus, very important Upadhatu is Stanya, Artava, and Tvacha. So all together you can expect for 5 marks or individual Upadhatu for 5 marks, or explain about Upadhatu and classification of Upadhatu, and explain about particular one Upadhatu. You can expect the question. So go through the blueprint in the syllabus copy and prepare as such. So next, coming to very important topic, that is Ojas. So Ojas is very important topic. You can expect this question for 10 marks. All types of questions will come under this part, that is 5 marks, 10 marks, and also MCQs. So what is the meaning of Ojas? So Urja Bala Prana Yoho. Urja. What is this Urja? Urja means which gives us strength, which is the word ojas is derived from the root word urja, which means strength. Urja bala prana yoho, which gives the strength, is known as ojas. Sarva dhatu saram ojaha abhidhiyate. Yes, the formation of the dhatus, each dhatus will be divided into saramsha and kitamsha. So this is saramsha of the each dhatu is combined together to form the ojas. Okay, which increases the bala and also essence of all dhatus, is the meaning of Ojas. Next, definition of Ojas. So definition of Ojas, Ojasto tejo dhatunam shukrantanam param smritam तत्र रसादीनां शुक्रान्तानां धातुं यत् परं तेजः तत्खलु ओजः तदेव बलम् इत्युच्यते. So ojas is the purest form, which is the essence of all the seven dhatus, which gives the strength to the body. So this is the uh, uh, definition of ojas. One more reference is that prakritastu balam shleshma vikruto malamuchyate. So prakritastu balam shleshma, in the purest form, even kapha will act as a ojas, as it gives the bala. Okay, what is the function of shleshma? It will increase the bala, right? So that is why whenever it is in the prakrita avastha, in the normal state, it gives the bala to the body. So that is why it is called as ojas. Okay, so next, synonyms of the ojas, that is dhatusara, dhatu teja, prana, okay, jiva shonita, shukrasara, bala, prakrita shleshma, as kapha in the purest form, in the prakrita avastha it is called as ojas, it is also called as prakrita shleshma. Okay, panchamahabhuta ojaha somatmakam is jalamahabhuta is predominant in nature. Next, coming to utpatti. So pratamam jayate ojaha shariri asmin sharirina sarpirvana madhurarasam lajagandhi prajayate. So this is one reference, means it is formed in the intrauterine life. So pratamam jayate ojaha, it is the one which is formed, which is, it is first, means in intrauterine life itself ojas is formed in the body. So next, in the second line, I'll explain it later. Next, coming to Brahmarayi Phala Pushpebhyo. So in Charaka Sutrasthana, Acharya gave an simile about the formation of ojas. As like honeybees collect the honey from different varieties of, it may be the fruits, the flowers, all these uh, all these entities. In the same way, essence of all the sapta dhatus is collected and forms the ojas. Okay, so means essence only sarabhaga is converted as the ojas, not the pitabhaga. So as like honeybee, it will collect the only pure form, right? So in the same way, all the sapta dhatus, sara of the sapta dhatus is collected, and at last it is formed as ojas. Yadanna deha dhatu ojam balavarnadi poshakam. It is also, ojas is also formed by the food. Yes, I am telling that ojas is formed in the intrauterine life during the conception. Also, it is from the food. Let us study in detail what is the meaning of this. Is so guna of ojas. Next, guna is very. This is also very important shloka. Dashaguna of ojas. In you can see in the Charaka Chikitsasana 24th chapter, and also in Shushruta Sutrasana 15th chapter. So anyone, if you are bhayting, means okay. So but you must buy the one shloka, any one reference. So it is Guru Shita Mrudu Slakshna Bahalam Madhuram Stiram Prasanna Pichilam Snigdam Ojo Dashagunam Smritam. Means it is having heavy in nature, soft, smooth, its density is good, and sweet in nature, stable, clear, slimy. So all these, and also anxious. So all these are the Dashaguna of Ojas. So in the same way, Shushrutacharya reference is also there. Next, coming to classification. Yes. So Ojas is classified into two types. So it is mentioned in the Charaka Sutrasthana 30th chapter in the commentary section. So it is classified into two types, that is para ojas, and another one is apara ojas. Okay. So next, apara ojas. Yes, apara ojas. Pirvarna madhuram rasam laja gandhi prajayate. This is the swarupa of apara ojas, whereas para ojas hridi tishtati it shuddham raktam ishat pitakam ojaha sharire sankhyatam tannashan vinashayati. So this apara ojas, it is the type of the ojas which is generated by the sara portion of all saptadhatus. Okay, and also it is nourished by the aharas, intake of the aharas. Whereas this para ojas, it is the purest form, it is the shreshta ojas, which is originated in the interternal life. Now you might have understood the concept. So whatever the Oja, yes, Oja Utpatti, during the Oja Utpatti, we have discussed about. So it is formed at the time of Shukra and Shonita Samyoga, conception. And also it is formed during the with the help of saptadatos, sarabhava of essence of saptadatos, and also it is nourished by the ahara, right? So now you got the clarification. So the ojas which is formed at the time of conception is nothing but the para ojas, and which is formed by the essence of saptadana as well as the ahara is apara ojas. Next, coming to is some of the difference between para and apara ojas. So para ojas, utpatti is, as I told, garbhavastha, and apara ojas because of the dhatu sara as well as ahara. And pramana, uh, para ojas, it is 8 bindu, apara ojas of anjali. Varna rakshat raktam ishat sapitakam means red in color and all slightly yellowish color, whereas sappi varna, it is like a ghee in apara ojas. Rasa and gandha is, it is not mentioned for para ojas, but apara ojas rasa is madhura rasa, gandha is laja gandha. Sthana, para ojas, it sthana of para ojas is hridaya, apara ojas sarva sharira. So next, coming to function of ojas. Tatra balena stiropachita mamsatam, तत्र बलेन स्थिरोपचितमांसतां सर्वचेष्टासु सर्वचेष्टासु अप्रतिघाताः स्वरवर्णप्रसादजाः बाह्यानाम् अभ्यन्तराणां च आत्मकार्य प्रतिपत्तिर्भवति. So this is the function of ojas. What is the meaning of this? Balam ityachyate means it gives the bala, it increases the bala. Stiropachita mamsam, due to the bala, stability of the mamsa will be there. Stira upachita, stability. Upachita means stability. Sarva chesta apratigataha, all the physical and mental activities means it will go smoothly. So smooth activity of physical and mental both will be done by ojas. Swara varna prasada, so it gives a complexion as well as the voice, sweet voice. बाह्यानाम् अभ्यन्तराणां च आत्मकार्ये प्रतिपत्तिर्भवति means there is a बाह्यानाम् अभ्यन्तराणां means there is a coordination between the two entities, the entities which is present inside the body, outside the body, means inside the body, outside the body, in the sense indriya, manas, atma, as well as, so all these there is a coordination, there must be a coordination between the atma, manas and indriya, right? So uh, then only person can do any action. So that coordination is also done by ojas. Okay, next, coming to some of the etiological factors or and manifestation of the ojo visrams, ojo vikritis. Ojo, it is also called as ojo dosha and ojo vikriti. There are mainly three types of ojo vikriti, that is ojo visramsa, ojo vyapanna and ojo kshaya. So very important. So on the other side, ojas, oja karma, oja guna, ojo nirukti, like that, and class along with the classification may ask for 5 marks or 10 marks along with this ojo vikriti. Okay, so ojo vikriti itself is a 5 marks question. So whenever the question is asked, write the introduction about the ojas, like what is the meaning of ojas, definition of ojas, and then go for the ojo uh, vikriti, ojo vikriti, that is three types of the ojo vikritis. So ojo visramsa, what is the meaning of this ojo visramsa? So when it is what actually happens here, ojo visramsa, it is due to the impairment of distribution of ojas to dhatus. Okay, so because of the there is the impairment of the distribution of ojas. Okay, so there will be a escape from the, means there will be escape of this particular ojas through dhatu srotas. Dhatu Srotas, through Dhatu Srotas, these ojas will be escaped. That is nothing but the ojo visramsa, impairment of distribution of ojas all over the body is ojo visramsa. So the lakshanas we can see like this: Sandhi Vishleshano, Gatranam Sadhana, Doshachavana, Kriya Sannirodascha Visramse. Means Sandhi Vishleshana, looseness of the joints. Gatranam Sadhana, body pain. Dosha Chavana, displacement of doshas. Dosha Chavana, displacement of the doshas. Kriya Sannirodha. Kriya Sannirodha. Kriya means action. There will be impairment of actions. We can see the impairment of actions in the Ojo Visramsa. So next coming to Ojo Vyapana. What is the meaning of Ojo Vyapana? So Ojo Vyapana means it is the condition where it is related to any change in the natural properties of Ojas. We have discussed about the Dashaguna of Ojas, okay, on both the acharyas, according to both the acharyas, Acharya Charaka as well as Acharya Shushruta. So where there is a change in natural property of this Ojas, and this Ojas is considered as Ojo Vyapana. This condition is considered as the Ojo Vyapana. So how this natural property of the Ojas is changed? So it is because of the vitiation of the doshas. Okay, so doshas are responsible for any vitiation. So whenever there is a vitiation of tridosha, that will cause the ojo guna also vitiated. There will be impairment of ojo guna also. So then we can see the lakshanas like excuse, स्तब्ध गुरुगात्रता वातशोफो वर्णभेदो ग्लानि स्तंभ निद्रा च व्यापन्ने means sandhi gurugatrata. So there will be a stiff or heaviness of the body. Okay, heaviness of the body will be there. Vata shofa edema due to the vata shofa means edema. Vata shofa, due to the vata there will be edema. Okay, varna beda means discoloration. Tandra fatigue, tandra stupor. Okay, glani is fatigue, tandra is stupor. So and nidra, there will be a person will feel the drowsiness. Okay, so always person will feel the drowsiness. These are the lakshanas of ojo vyapana. So coming to ojo kshaya. So Ojakshaya, it is the causes are so many causes will be there. It may be because of the abhigata, means external injury. So it may be directly because of the dhatukshaya, because of the poor nutrition, and also because of the influence of mano like shoka, kopa. Okay, all these activities will also leads to the ojo kshaya. So what actually happens during this ojo kshaya? So मूर्छा मांसक्षयो मोह प्रलाप मरणम इति च क्षये. So one more reference, bibeti durbalo abhikshnam jayate vetitendriyaha dushchayo dhurmano rukshaha kshama chaivojaha kshaye. So all these are the lakshanas of ojo kshaya. So murcha, giddiness will be there. Mamsakshiya, decrease in mamsa as there is a poor nutrition. Delirium, moha. Pralapa, incoherent speech or irrelevant speech. Marana, even person may die because of the ojo kshaya. So this reference bibeti means scared, getting scared is known as bibeti. Durbala, weakness will be there. Uh, Durbala abhikshna means abhikshna dhyayate vetitendriyaha. So abhikshna dhyayate vetitendriya in the sense organs, there will be no coordination between the sense organs. As we have discussed, for the normal functioning, during the normal functioning of ojas, there is a coordination between indriya, manas and atma. So that coordination will not be there. So that is abhikshna dhyayate vetitendriyaha. Next, dushchaya, durmana, there will be a means happiness. Happiness will not be there. Durmana means it is not like decreased mana tarala. It is like unhappy mind, unhappy manas. Ruksha, dryness. Shama means voice. There will be a cracky voice, okay, or broken type of voice will be there when there is a kshaya of ojas. So next coming to Vyadikshamatva, very important concept, Vyadikshamatva. And this is also Vyadikshamatva concept itself is a 5 marks question. So, what is Vyadikshamatva? Vyadikshamatvam nama व्याध्युत्पाद प्रतिबंधकरत्वं च. So Vyadi Kshamatvam Nama Vyadi. There is a mistake in the shloka. Make it correct. So Vyadi Kshamatvam Nama Vyadi Bala Viroditvam Vyadi Utpada Pratibandhakaratvam Cha. Means it is Vyadi Bala Viroditvam. So it is the capacity to prevent the development of the disease as well as capacity of the body for to block the disease, to avoid the disease. So is the meaning of this shloka, Vyadik Shamatva. So means it is like a immunity. Immunity is, it is not the same for all, right? So it is immunity. It is not equal for everyone. So that is why one more reference is there. Nacha sarvani sharire Vyadik Shamatve samarthani bhavanti. Means it is, the immunity is not equal for everyone. Okay, all persons, like capacity is vary person to person, right? Next, coming to bala vriddhikara bhavas. What is this bala vriddhikara bhavas? How the bala is increased? There are so many concepts which will increase the bala. So acharya in sharirasthana it has been mentioned. In charaka sharirasthana it has been mentioned. Bala vriddhikara bhavas tvime bhava bhavanti tadyata balavat purusha deshe. Balavat purusha deshe means birth in place where people are naturally strong. So balavat purushe deshe, natural bala will be there. So your person is taking birth in the place where naturally bala is increased. Balavat purusha deshe janma. Balavat purusha deshe janma. Balavat purusha kale. Balavat purusha kale means it is the time, natural time where bala is gained, bala is increased. If the person is born on the time where naturally bala is increased, and that is also a reason. And sukhascha kala yoho, sukhascha favorable time, okay, favorable disposition, okay, favorable time. So kala yoga bija kshetra guna sampacha. Bija kshetra means the bija here, it is compared with the sperm, the quality of the sperm as well as ovum, both can be compared. So if the quality and of the sperm and ovum is very good, so bala is increased, obviously bala is increased. So aharasya, ahara, because of the ahara, consumption of the good ahara is also, will also increase the bala. And sharira sampat, excellence of the, means sharira, physics of the person will also increase the bala. Sattva sampat, sattva means stability of the mind. Sattva means mind. Sattva sampat in the sense stability of the mind. Sattva, this is sattva, this is sattva. So next, swabhava, swabhava samsiddhishcha. Swabhava samsiddhishcha in the sense, swabhava means race. So means species also we can take. Yavvanam cha, yavana in the yavvanavastha, age related. In madhyamavastha or yavvanavastha, naturally person will be strong at this age. So all these are the karana for bala vriddhi. Bala vriddhi, in all these conditions there will be an increase in bala, excellence of the bala will be there. So next, coming to, yes, classification of the bala. So classification of the bala, there are mainly three types of bala, that is sahaja, kalaja and yuktikrita. Sahaja, kalaja, yuktikrita. Sahajam yat shariram satvayoho prakritam. Next, kalajam rutu vibhagajam, rutu vibhagajam vayah kritam cha yuktikritam. Next, yuktikrita, yuktikritam punaha tad ahara cheshta yogajam. So this is the meaning of these are the three types of bala. So what is the meaning of sahaja bala? So it is the, bala means strength, natural strength means natural strength, in the sense here we can take it as a immunity, natural immunity which we will obtain. So at the time of shukra shomita samyoga, even we can consider the kapha, purest form of the kapha. So that prakritastu balam shleshma, that also we can consider. So this is the bala which is produced during the Shukra Shonita Samyoga. Okay, so which that is known as sahaja. Sahaja means natural immunity. Okay, next coming to this kalaja bala, it is because of the is again there is we can take it as a to like rutu kala, time. Kala means a time. So rutu we also we can take, and also yavana avastha. During the yavana avastha, during bala avastha, ex bala will be there, immunity will be there, as the dhatu is not formed fully. So there is a little bit of less bala in yavana avastha. Yes, bala is compared to mm, bala avastha and vidya avastha, strength is more, whereas in vruddhavastha, because of the domination of vata, bala is very very less. So next coming to yuktikruta, it is the bala which is produced by because of the person, because of the following some of the rules and regulation, because of having, for example, having the food properly, having wake up, because of the following the dinacharya and all, and consumption of the rasayana. So all these ahara viharas, all these conditions yuktikruta we can see. So these are the classification of bala. Is bala vritikara bhavas. So this ends the concept ojas. So as I told, ojas you can expect the question for 5 marks, 10 marks, and uh, MCQs also you can, for example, there is a gunas and also natural color and types, pramana, all these you can expect for MCQs. And as a Ojas itself, it can be asked as write about Ojas or Nirukti, Guna, Karma, and types of Ojas. Okay, so like this, or Vadik Shamatva or Balas. 5 marks, for 5 marks you can five marks also you can expect this. And Ojo Vikritis, all these are the important questions where you need to know about this. As, at least 1 or 2 shlokas you must write whenever the question is asked for 5 marks. Okay, so how to write in the exam, I'll tell you at the last of this session. Okay, next coming to next concept, that is manas. So excuse. Coming to manas, so these are the points which is there under in your syllabus copy. You must know about the properties, function, objectives, and manohasrotas, and all. So according to me, whenever the manas concept will come, you must, before whatever the concept is, whatever the ayurvedic concept is, you must learn according to the contents are very very important. Even in manas also, it is also very very important question. All types of question will comes under manas. 10 marks, 5 marks, and also MCQs. There are n number of MCQs we can give from this point. So give some introduction. What is manas? What is like that? And then nirukti. Of course, in all the concept we are going to write paryayas, definition if it is there, and also utpatti of the manas, how the utpatti will take place, swarupa, and lakshana, sthana of the manas, and guna of the manas, mano doshas, and some of the vishesha, mano vishayas, mano karma, mano asrotas, and also significance of manas. If possible, you can also mention the nyayas. Some of the nyayas is also there. You just mention. No need to explain about the nyayas in detail. You can just mention about the nyayas. Okay. So all these points you must know. So coming to the manas, nirukti, man, Gnanena man. There is a, this is the typed shloka. I can't write it in Gna properly. I cannot type this. So that is why you just make it correct. Man Gnanena manaha. Mananat manaha. Manu avabodhena. Bodhane. Manyate gnayate avabudyate anena iti manaha. Atikrantam indriyam atindriyam. So why this atikranta come? So because it is the paryaya of manas. So this man, what this is the word man means matter. Then what is this matter? It is the matter which is having some quality, which is having some function. Okay, so man means some matter. So which is having some quality and also function is known as man. So um, manana means recalling the something, some vishayas, so which gives the knowledge. It means the entity which gives the knowledge is nothing but the manas. Okay, so coming to next point, paryaya, that is two references are there. You can write the names. If you know the shloka, you can also quote the shloka. Atindriyam punarmanaha sattva sangnakam chetehi ityahureke chittam tu cheto hridayam shavantam manasam manaha. So all these are atindriya, sattva, cheta, indriya, hridaya. So all these are the paryayas of manas. Among this, atindriya is very important because atindriya means it is nothing but the tool for sense organ. Means it will perceive the sensation from the indriyas. So if manas is not there, we cannot perceive anything. So manas should be there. It is the one of the tool. So that is why atindriya is very important. Next, coming to definition of manas, ubhayatmakam manaha sukhadhyupalabdhi karanam sadhanam indriyam manaha taccha pratyatma niyatva pratyatma nityatvad anantam paramanu rupam nityam cha. So ubhayatmakam manas, yes, manas is considered as the indriya. Ubhayatmaka means the it is both Gnanendriya, and it is considered as a both Gnanendriya and Karmendriya. So next, coming to Sukadupalabdhi Sadhanam Indriyam Manaha means it is the instrument for the perception of Sukha as well as Dukkha. Sukha Dupalabdhi Sadhanam. Sadhanam means instrument. It is the entity which is needed for the Sukha. It may be the Sukha or it may be the Dukkha. All is experienced to this Manas itself. Okay. So Jivita, Nitya, Ananta, all these are the Swarupa of this Manas. Next, Utpatti of the Manas. Panchame Manaha Pratibuddhikaram Bhavati. It is originated, means Panchame Manaha means at the fifth month of intrauterine life, Manas Utpatti of the Manas will takes place. It gives the Buddhi. Pratibuddhikaram Bhavati. It gives the Buddhi. Knowledge. So Swarupa of Manas yatrashrita karma gunaha karanam samavayat tat dravyam khadinyatmamanaha kalodishashcha dravya sangraha. Okay, so manaha purasarani indriyan arthagrahana samarthani bhavanti. So these are the swarupa of manas. Manas is nothing but the one of the dravya, right? So it is one among the dravyas. Skadinyatma manaha, it is one of the karana dravyas. Bhayatmaka manas, also we can write here, it is considered as both Jnanendriya and Karmendriya. Atikranta, it is tool for perception of sense. Next, Manaha Purasarani Indriyani Artha Sangraha Samarthani Bhavanti, in the sense, it is the Manas is the entity which can, when the mind is present, all the sense organs will functions properly. If there is absence of mind, a person cannot perceive properly. So that is the meaning of this. Next, coming to, yes, Lakshana of Manas. Lakshanam Manaso Gnanasya Bhavo Bhava Evacha Sa Iti Atmendriya Arthanam Sannikarsha Na Vartate Vaivratyan Manaso Gnanam Sanidhyat Tacha Vartate. So meaning of this is Lakshana. So Lakshanam Manaso Gnanam Gnanasya Bhavo Abhavacha means presence or absence of the mind, means Manas, it is responsible for, means understanding the or not understanding, whatever the concept is. So it should be, Manas should be present. If it is not present, we can understand the concept. If there is absence of manas, one cannot understand anything. And also it is the needed, there should be a cognition, interaction between the atma, indriya and manas. Okay, so if there is no coordination, if there is no cognition, so then there is a absence of perception, there is a absence of perception. That is the lakshana of manas. Next, sthana is there is so multiple reference for this. So it can be the sthana, it can be taken as hridaya as well as shiras, according to the two reference. There are two reference which I have given here. Next, guna of manas. Anutvam cha ekatvam dvau gunam manaso manasaha smritaha. So not only this, we can also take the triguna, like sattva raja tama, that also we can take here. Okay, so anutvam cha ekatva, this is the very important guna of the manas. Anutva means very minute in nature, very minute in the sense in atomic level. Okay, in atomic level, that in that way we can understand. In atomic level, manas is there, and ekatva, always it is one. Okay, there is no two manas, only one manas, that is ekatva. Next, coming to vishaya, mano vishayas, chintyam vicharyam uhyam, चित्तं विचार्यम् ऊह्यं च ज्ञेयं संकल्पमेव च तत् किञ्चित् मनसो ज्ञेयं तत् सर्वं अर्थसंज्ञकम्. So chintya means to think. The vishayas, these are the vishayas of five objects of manas. So chintya means uh, to think practically. Okay, so practically or impractically, what we are thinking, that is chintya. Thinking is chintya. Vicharya, so we will like with or without the previous experience, we will consider that which is right, it is wrong. That is nothing but the vicharya. Next, uhya, it is nothing but the hypothesis, what we will imagine. That is uhya. Deya, deya means to keep an object. Okay, so bhavanam jnanam vishayam, deyam bhavanam jnanam vishayam means we will keep an object, that is objective. Keep an objective, so means there will be our goal will be there, that is dhyaya. Sankalpa, we will at last, after connecting all this, we will take a decision, whether it is good decision, if it is bad decision, whatever the decision we will take, so that is sankalpya. Next, coming to karma. So karma of manas is indriya vigraha, karma manasaha, swasya nigraha, uhya vicharya scha tatparam buddhihi pravartate. So, what is the karma of manas? Indriya vigraha. Indriya vigraha means to perceive the sense objects. It means indriyartha. From the indriyarthas, so perception of the sense will be there. So that is indriya vigraha. Mano nigraha. Mano nigraha means to control and withdrawal from the sense objects. Okay, so that nigraha, that action is taken by the manas. Uhya again will we will imagine, we will imagine something, that is because of the, that is hypothesis is nothing but the uhya. Vicharya means vicharya, we will think and take the decision. That is ability or function of manas. Next, coming to yes, these are the some of the concept of manas. Not only this, we can also go through the manoha srotas. It is not directly told by our acharyas, but in particular context, in mano diseases, diseases which is related to manas, like unmada. So there manoha srotas has been mentioned, that is 10 dhamanis leaving from the hridaya. Whatever the 10 dhamanis which is leaving the hridaya is considered as the manovaha srotas. It is indirectly mentioned, directly it is not mentioned. Excuse. Next, coming to next concept. As I told, manas is also very important concept. You must know about the manas, as all type of question will comes under this particular concept. Next, coming to nidra. So nidra, So Nidra, derivation of the word Nidra is Nidra. It is all these words will forms the Nidra. So meaning is it is the state of nature. Okay, so which gives the consciousness, which gives the consciousness to the person, individual is Nidra. So Paryaya is Shayana, Swapa, Spukti, Samvesha. Okay, next coming to types of Nidra. So types of Nidra, again, there are so many types of Nidra, 3 types, 4 types, 6 types, even 7 types of Nidra is there. Okay, so see the question, Nidra concept, it is there for 5 marks as well as MCQ. So see the read the question and write the answer accordingly. If it is for only 5 marks, only types of Nidra, all the types of Nidra you should mention. If it is mentioned only, like write the mechanism of Nidra, write about the derivation of the Nidra and mechanism of Nidra and some of the types, not all the types, some types you should mention. So next coming to types of Nidra. One types of Nidra is according to Shushrutacharya, Tamasi Nidra, Swabhaviki Nidra, Vaikhariki Nidra. Tamasi Nidra, what is the meaning of Tamasi Nidra? So Tamasi Nama Nidra Sambhavet Anavabodhini Sa Pralaya Kale. Nidra Sambhavati Anavabodhini Sa Pralaya Kale. Means Anavabodhini, the word Anavabodhini refers to no perception. When sleep is there, so where there is a state, like there is no perception of anything. Okay, it is caused due to the aggravation of, it may be because of the aggravation of the kapha as well as the tamas. Okay, so it can be means complete, there is no sensation at all, complete, there is no perception at all. So we can see in for example, when the person is in unconscious state, when the person is in coma. So this is the condition where we can see the tamasi type of nidra. Next coming to swabhaviki. Swabhaviki, again this swabhaviki is of 3 types. Swabhaviki to trida. Tamo bhuishtaya, rajo bhuishtaya, sattva bhuishtaya. Okay, so swabhaviki nidra means it is the nidra which occurs naturally. Swabhava means nature. Naturally, where the nidra will come, that is called as swabhaviki nidra. So the tamo bhuishtaya nama ahasu nishasu bhavati. Aha means day, nisha means night. So the nidra, where the person who sleeps day and night all the time, that a type of nidra is known as tamo bhuishtaya, because of the increased tamas. Okay, next rajo bhuishtaya. Rajo bhuishta nama animittam. Animitta means irregular. Nimitta means regular. Animitta means irregular. So who sleeps irregularly? One day he will sleep more, one day he will sleep less, one day he will sleep 6 hours, one day he will sleep only 2 hours, like that. There is irregularity. There is no regular in the pattern of sleep. That is Rajo Bhuishtaya. Sattva Bhuishtaya. Sattva Bhuishta Nama Ardharatre, the person who will sleep at midnight. So that is because of the Sattva Bhuishtaya. So no, it is not because to watch a movie or a mobile, involving mobile, not like that. Means habitually person will sleep in the midnight means less sleep. So usually the person who is like a very person having a tamas is not maximum. Okay, for this particular person, a person having some power, that person we can compare. Okay, next vaikhariki nidra. So vaikhariki nidra, it is the nidra which is caused by nature of night. Okay, it is which is caused by the nature of night. Sorry, vaikhariki nidra क्षीण श्लेष्माणाम् अनिलबाहुल्यानां मनः शरीर अभितापवतां च नैव. So It is known as Vaikhariki Nidra. So, due to decreased kapha, Kshina Shleshmanam, due to the decreased kapha and Anila Bahulanam and increased Vata, okay, and Manaha Shareera Abhitapavatam. So, along with this, not only because of the decreased kapha and increased Vata, and also because associated with the physical means mental strain, physical as well as the mental strain, so the sleep will not come, means there will be a absence of sleep, sleeplessness will be there. That is Vaikhariki Nidra. Vaikhariki Nidra is nothing but the sleeplessness. Okay, so less sleep because of the strain of body as well as the strain of mind. Okay, so next type of Nidra. So four types. Next classification is four type of Nidra. That is, you can see the classification from Ashtanga Hridaya: Mithya Yoga Rupa, Hina Yoga Rupa, Ati Yoga Rupa, Samyak Yoga Rupa. Means because it is classified according to the time requirement, time of Nidra. Okay, so Mithya Yoga Nidra, so untimed sleep. So particular time will not follow. These individuals will not follow particular time. So that is Mithya Yoga Rupa, sleep untimingly. So Hina Yoga Rupa, Hina means less, not sleeping properly. Okay, not up to the mark. Sleep is not up to the mark. That is Hina Yoga. Next, Ati Yoga Rupa, excess sleep, always sleeping. Night also they will sleep, morning also they will sleep. That is Ati Yoga Rupa. Samyak Yoga Rupa, yes, they will they will sleep for in a proper time, timingly, as in it means proper duration of the sleep will be there. Usually healthy, where the individual will follow this Samyak Yoga Rupa, that person is called as healthy. Next, coming to next type, that is sixth classification. That is, this shloka is very important. If possible, you can by head the shloka: Tamo Bhava, Shleshma Samudbhava, मन शरीर श्रम संभव आगंतुकी व्याधि अनुवर्तिनी रात्रि स्वभाव प्रभाव च नेत्र. Means tamo bhava due to the increased tamo guna, tamo avarana. So this whatever the, if the nidra will come, that is called as tamo guna, tamo bhava. Next, shleshma samudbhava, increased kapha will also cause the nidra, that is shleshma samudbhava. Mana sharira shrama, means if there is a strain to the manas as well as the mana and sharira, means physically and mentally person is strained, stressed, exertion will be there, then this type of nidra will come. Person will sleep proper, sleepy in nature. Agantuki, so because of the some external factors, because for example, it may be because of the some of the accidents, or because of the some other disease like that. Not the disease, like because of the accident or any other external factors. Vyadhi anivartini, it is because of the due to some other disease. Ratri Swabhava Prabhava, it is nature. As a nature, night person will sleep. That is known as Ratri Swabhava Prabhava. Nidra. Next, coming to one more classification, 7 types of classification. It is there in the Ashtanga Sangraha. Okay, so Kala Swabhava, sleep is produced. Means it is night sleep. Kala. Okay, so Amayaja, because of the disease, Ama, because of the production, indigestion, person will sleep. Chitta Bhava. Due to the Chitta means mind. Whenever there is a fatigue of mind, exertion of the mind, Shrama of mind, person will sleep. Deha Bhava, exertion of the body. Okay, fatigue of the body. Shleshma Prabhava, because of the increased kapha. Agantuki, because of external factors. Okay, so external factors. And Tamo Bhava. It is because of the Tamo Guna, increased Tamo Guna. Next, coming to very important concept, that is mechanism of Nidra. Mechanism of Nidra, yes. So there are 3 references, at least one reference, you must buy it. So yada tu manasi klantam karmat manah klamanvitaha vishayebhyo nivartante tada swapati manavaha. So meaning is, so whenever there is a exhaustion of mind and soul, along with sensor in the meantime, if sense organs are inactive, it will cause nidra. So yadatu manasi klantam, whenever there is a klanta or exertion of manas, what actually happens? So this will there is no interaction between the indriyas. Karmat manah klamanvitaha vishayebhyo, vishaya means indriyas. There will be no interaction with the indriyas. So at that time person will sleep. So next, हृदयं चेतनास्थानम् उक्तं शुश्रुतदेहिना तमो विभूते तस्मिंस्तु निद्रा विशति देहिनं निद्रा हेतुस्तमः सत्वं बोधेन हेतुरुच्यते. Means here hridaya is the sthana for chetana. Hridayam chetana sthanam. So it is the sthana of chetana, right? Sleep may, it is because of, mainly it is because of the tamo guna, tamo abhibhute. Okay, so it is because of the tamo guna. The sleep will is because of the guna, and with the sattva guna, person will not sleep. Means awakening state. It is because of the sattva guna. So next reference is Bahulya Tamaso Ratrau Nidra Prayena Jayate Shleshmavriteshu Sroteshu Shramad Upariteshu Cha Indriyeshu Swakarmebhyo Nidra Vishati Dehinam. How beautifully our Acharya is explained. See, Srotas, which is accumulated with the Shleshma, Bahulya Tamaso Ratrau Nidra Prayena Jayate. Okay, so in the night time, whenever there is a increase in tamas, okay, tamaguna, along with this, shleshmavrteshu sroteshu, when srotas encircled with kapha, when srotas is encircled with the kapha, okay, so when srotas encircled with the kapha, mind is devoid of sense organs. Why? It is because of the shrama of body as well as mind. Because of this, what actually happens? Srotas is encircled with the kapha, and there will be a no interaction with the srotas, mind and indriyas. So at that time, person will fall for sleep. Sleep will occur. Okay, this is the three references. So then, what is the importance of nidra? Nidra is mentioned, it is one among the Adharaniya Vega, so we cannot, um, as it is Adharaniya Vega, means there is a stipulated time for this. That time only we need to sleep, not in the class, right? So the happiness, it will give the, when, if the proper Nidra is there, the person will feel happiness, nourishment will be there, strength will be increased, right? Knowledge is also increased. Next, benefits of Nidra. Benefits of Nidra. For this also shloka is there. Behind the shloka, Nidra ettam sukam dukkam pusti kashya balabalam vrishata klibatam gnanam ajnanam jivitam nacha. So this is the happiness. It may be the happiness, misery, nourishment, emaciation, strength, weakness. Everything is because of the Nidra. So okay, this is the about the this these are the concepts about the Nidra. So under Nidra, what are all the concepts you need to know, points, contents you need to know? What is the Nirukti of the Nidra, Paryaya of the Nidra, Nidra mechanism, classification, and benefits of Nidra. So all these points you must know. This is the 5 marks question. You can expect this for 5 marks question as well as MCQ question. No doubt you can expect. So next, coming to Swapna. Swapna. Then what is the meaning of this Swapna? During Nidravastha. So during Nidravastha, so as Manas is hindered, it means there is a tamo avrita of this Manas. Okay. In the meantime, Rajaguna will be increased. There is no cognition between the Manas as well as the Manu Vishayas, that is Arthas. So at that time Manas, that whatever the he will recall, that is known as Swapna. Next, coming to physiology of Swapna, how the Swapnotvati will takes place. Manovahanam पूर्णत्वात् दोषैर अतिबलै स्त्रिभिः स्रोतसां दारुणान् स्वप्नान् काले पश्यति दारुणे. So when the Manovaha Srotas are filled with the aggravated doshas. Okay, whatever the aggravated doshas will abstract, or it will go and fill the manovaha srotas. At that time, what actually happens, there is indriya mana sandikarsha will be lost. So as I told, for grasping anything, for understanding anything, there should be a atma mana indriya indriyartha sannikarsha. This is sannikarsha will be lost. At that time, swapna will be formed. Yes. So, classification of the swapna. There are 7 types of swapna. For this also shloka is there. If possible, by the shloka. Okay. Important question for MCQ. For MCQ, you can expect. Drishtam, Shrutam, Anubhutam, Parthitam, Kalpitam stata, Bhaviko doshaschaiti, Swapna bhavati, Saptavido mataha. So this is the 7 types of swapna. So why the dreams will come? It may be because of the drishta, means visual experience, shruta, whatever the auditory experience, whatever we have heard, because of that, the same will come in our dreams. And anubhuta, because of our experience, because of the our own experience. Prarthita, prayed. So we will pray the God, right? At that time also we'll get the dreams. And Kalpita, because of our imagination. Bhavika, Bhavika means means it is the thoughts means which is not at all happened. We will imagine the things sometimes. That time also Bhavika, future thoughts like that. Doshaja, which is because of the doshas. So all these are types of, this is the 7 types of swapna. So here is the sum of the um, difference between swapna and nidra. Is swapna, it is totally depend on the nidra for the manifestation, where as nidra is independent in nature, depends on the nature of sleep. Swapna is it is dependent on the nature of sleep as well as the types, whatever I have explained just now, that is. And nidra, it is because of the reflex mechanism. Okay, it is one of the adharaniya vega. And swapna may be indicated, indication of arista. Yes, in arista lakshana also so many lakshanas has been told. Okay, it is the indication of, nidra is the indication of good health. There is in nidra ati nidra alpa nidra concept is there, whereas swapna nothing like that. Okay, this is about the swapna. So other than this, so here we have completed all the points regarding paper 2. So other than this, we can go with the Indriyas. Only Indriyas has been is left. So Indriyas, the same thing we have studied in Padartha Vijnana also. Same you can apply here. Mainly it is of 11 Indriyas: Karma Indriya, Jnanindriya, and Manas. Manas we have just now we have discussed. So about the functions and the concept, everything what you have studied in the Padartha Vijnana, you can apply here also. So this completes our syllabus, paper 2. So I want to show you the some of the answer sheets. Just a minute. How to write an answer? Let me show you. So in the last class we have discussed part 1. Sorry, dhatus, ashrayi bhava, everything. So let me show you the answers, how to write an answer. Here are some of the answer sheets. Is it visible? Answer sheet.
No, ma'am, it's not
No, ma'am,
visible.
it's not visible.
Yes, I will share it again. Just a minute. Yes, can you see now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Is it visible now?
No, ma'am. It's still the
No, ma'am.
same.
It's still the same.
Ma'am,
It's
it's
Yes.
bit
it's
visible now.
bit visible
Not
now.
clear.
Okay.
Not clear.
Not so clear. I'll just explain how to write an answer. So this is the question regarding write the Dhatu Pochana Nyaya theory. So at this time, what you can write? So about introduction to the Dhatu Pochana Nyayas, right, and shloka which explains about the Dhatu Pochana Nyayas and name the Nyayas, right? Here you can name the Nyayas and also explanation about, as I told in the last class also, you should not only explain the concept. So what is Kshiradadi Nyaya, what is Kalikapota Nyaya? So in few lines you explain about what it is and go for merits, demerits, and also bit of application part. Here you can see it is for 10 marks. If it is asked for 10 marks, you can see whatever the points you can write. So first, introduction to the Dhatu Poshana Nyayas and Shloka, which explains the Dhatu Poshana Nyayas, and then name the Nyayas. Here it is, name the Nyayas, and in each Nyayas, you need to write about the Nyayas, merits, demerits, and application. If individually asked, individually you can write. Okay. So one more question. Ashraya Bhava. Yes, in Ashraya Bhava, what you can write is what is the meaning of Ashraya, what is meaning of Ashrayi, and the introduction about, as it is a interaction between the means there is a relationship between the dosha, dhatu, and mala. You need to write the nirukti of dosha, dhatu, and mala. It will not consume so much of time. Just an introduction. These are all the introduction. Then coming to the actual portion, that is actual question, that is discussion. So Ashraya Bhava. Along first you write the shloka and then give the explanation. Okay. If possible, you write it in a point wise and conclusion. No need to write is this much. At least in one or two lines, if you give the conclusion, that is good. Next, coming to dhatu. So this is one of the dhatu. You can, there are so many questions are there. All the dhatus, whenever the question is asked, this is for 10 marks. So means in the 10 marks, in the sense, it may be the question, write the nirukti, guna, karma of this particular dhatu. So at that time you must write the, if vipatti is there, you can write the vipatti, uh, and compulsory nirukti you should write, and paryayas if it is there, panchamahabhuta, guna. In some other dhatus, you can write the pramana. Here it is sankhya. Okay, as it is for 10 marks, you need to cover what are all these types and classification of asti. Srotas, yes, srotas is also considered as a sthana. Next, Kala. In one line, you can explain about Kala and Karma. Karma of the particular Dhatu, importance of Dhatu. As this is Asti, Ashraya Bhava, you must mention, and Vriddhi Kshaya, if possible, Sarapurusha. So all these completes the matter. It is the contents for 10 marks. Okay. So along with the explanation, you must cover all these points. So let us see the Majha Dhatu. In Majha Dhatu, yes, Vitpatti, Nirukti is definition if it is there. Paryaya, you can see the Paryaya here. Pramana, Panchamahabhuta, guna, sthana, okay, and karma, utpatti, and also Vriddhikshaya and Majjasara Purusha Lakshana. So all these questions you must write. Next, so one more question is there. Ojas. We have discussed today, right? Yes. So Nirukti of Ojas, you can see how nicely she have written. Nirukti of Ojas, Paribhasha, Panchamahabhuta, Paryaya, Guna of Ojas. So in two references, any one guna, Dasha guna you can mention according to Charakacharya, and Veda classification. If you don't know the shloka, at least a chart you can, your table you can write, and Utpatti. So many shloka is there. One shloka you can write, and karma of Ojas, Ojo Dushti. As it is for 10 marks, this student have mentioned Ojo Dushti also. Ojo Vistamsa, Vyapat and Kshaya in one line. And treatment. Yes, this is one of the extra point which you can refer and write. Okay, so what, and also Ojo Vriddhi. Ojo Vriddhi I have not told. Ojo Vriddhi, Dehasya Tushti Pushti Baladayaha. It gives the, it increases, it nourishes the body, it gives the strength, it increases the strength, and also it gives pleasure to the body. So in treatment, whenever there is a Ojo Kshaya, for Ojo Vistam, Ojo Kshaya, uh, at that time Jivani Gana Dravyas along with the milk. Milk is best, and also Mamsarasa. As Mamsakshaya will be there, we can see in the Ojakshaya. You can also give the Mamsarasa. And one more, yes, Dhatu and Mala. Today only we have discussed. So way of writing the answer is also very important. See, this question is from the Mutra concept. So what to write? Etymology and karma. All this look, she have written, this student have written. You can write only karma and Mutra Utpatti. Very important concept. And properties of mudra. And this is about artava, artava nirukti, shuddha artava lakshana, right? Artava va srotas and ashuddha artava. So these concepts, vriddhi and kshaya, these points you need to mention. So these are some of the example. So this completes the concept. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a
Thank you, ma'am,
beautiful
for
and
such a beautiful and knowledge
knowledge session.
knowledge
Uh,
presentation.
so, can we head to the
Can
question
we
and
head to
answer
the question
session
and
now,
answer
ma'am?
session now, ma'am?
Yes,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
The
ma'am.
first question we
The
have is,
first
ma'am,
question we have is, ma'am,
ma'am, what are the important
ma'am, what are the
topics for
important
studying
topics
our
for
system?
our system?
important topic
To study nervous
Just
system.
study nervous system.
in nervous system. See, coming
Yes,
to
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
nervous system is synapse is important, and classification of nerve fibers is important, and classification, as 3 marks is not there, MCQs you will get lots of questions from MCQs. And for 5 marks you can expect synapse. Okay, and so special senses also, each question for 5 marks. And ANS, autonomic nervous system, also very important. And in higher mental function, if you are taking higher mental function is also important. Each and every question you can expect for 5 marks. For example, speech, it may be the learning, memory, sleep is also important. Okay, next, question hypothalamus, you may get for 5 marks. and brainstem like parts. At that time, you must write along with some introduction, some physiology, along with functions. You must write. You must highlight the functions here. Spinal cord. These are the some of the important question. Other than this, you can in MCQs and all neuroglia receptors, everything they may ask. Yes, along with the attachment, you can also expect for 10 marks, like write about the introduction of nervous system, like classification of the nervous system, along with the speech, along with the sleep, like that question also ask. You can expect.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
The next question we
Yes.
The
have is,
next
ma'am,
question we have
this
is,
is
ma'am,
one of the
this is
most
one of the most
frequent questions that has
frequent
been
questions that
coming
has
up
been coming
recently.
up recently.
Yes.
The question is, ma'am, is it
Question is,
necessary
ma'am,
to
is it
pass
necessary
both
to
paper
pass
and paper two
paper and
separately?
paper separately?
Is it necessary?
To pass
To
both paper
pass
and
both
paper
paper
two
and paper
separately.
two separately?
Yes. It is very important. It is must actually. In both the papers, 50 marks
50
you
marks,
should gain.
50 marks, you should get. You should get.
Thank you for the
Thank you for
clarification,
the
ma'am.
clarification, ma'am.
Yes. Any other questions?
The next question we
The
have
next question we have
is it
is
necessary to study
necessary
special
to study
cells?
special sense.
Special senses.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very important. Very important. All the four special sense mechanism is there, right? So very important, and also mechanism of hearing is important, right? Pathways, all the four pathways are very important. One extra question is mechanism of hearing as well as vision mechanism. Along with that, along not only the pathway, along with that, two mechanisms, very important. One question definitely will come.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
The next question is,
The
ma'am, is
next
it
question
okay
is,
if
ma'am,
we
is it
ask
okay
paper
if we
one
ask
doubt?
paper one doubt?
Paper on, yeah, sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
The next question is, ma'am, which
The next
experiment is
question is, ma'am,
important in
which
urine blood
experiment
instrument
is
which is
important
likely
in
to come
urine
for
blood
writing in practice?
instrument which is likely to come for writing in practice?
In practicals or theory? Practicals, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, it is up to the college, but in hematology for demonstration, HB demonstration, CT, BT, blood grouping, definitely these questions will come. RBC and WBC, it is optional. It is up to the college. If their college they have demonstrated, they may give. And urine examination, glucose, protein, bile salts, bile pigments, and ketone bodies. So they can also ask like the specific gravity of the urine. So along with this, spot viva will be there. So some questions will be, they will ask, examiner may ask, prepare for that also.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question we have is, if the question is only explain homeostasis, what should be the answering pattern, ma'am?
Pattern, ma'am.
Yes, so homeostasis mechanism, homeostasis. See the question for whether it is for 5 marks or 10 marks. So if it is for 5 marks, what is the definition of homeostasis, right? And you can write the one feedback components. Before feedback, you can also write the inventor's name, right? And components of homeostatic system, like sensor, control center, and effectors. This center, one diagram is there, components of homeostatic mechanism. You must write that. And one mechanism along with the positive or negative feedback, one example if it is for 10 marks. 10 marks, you can also add the role of systems in maintaining the homeostasis. So for 5 marks, this question will not be asked. It is very particular, like write the negative feedback mechanism or positive feedback mechanism, like that. If at all question is asked like this, you can write the definition and directly go for the positive and negative mechanism and one example for each. Flowchart is enough. If you're writing flowchart is enough.
The next question we have is, ma'am, please explain about Ashraya Ashray Bhava. And there are more than 5 questions regarding the same.
Yes, Ashtray Baba. Yes. See, Ashraya Bhava, first we must know what is Ashraya and what is Ashrayi. So, what is resided in where it will reside. So, it is the first thing you need to know is it is the interrelationship between the dosha, dhatu as well as mala. Okay, so dosha, dhatu as well as mala. So, this is the concept. First thing, you must write the shloka. Tatra, some more shloka is that few more lines are there, at least 2 lines you must write. So here usually doshas will be resided. Doshas always it is resided in the dhatu as well as mala. Here ashrayi means which will take the shelter is doshas, which gives the shelter is dhatu and mala. Okay, so dhatus, it is also always this ashraya is having fixed place, dhatus and malas, whereas these doshas is having not a particular place. Okay, so next, so what is this relation? So this as these doshas, it is resided in dhatu as well as mala. What actually happens whenever there is an increase in pitta? For example, let me take an example, pitta and kapha. Whenever there is an increase in pitta, the rakta and sveta, which is having relationship between the pitta, it will also increase. Whereas in kapha, whereas it when it is decreases, it will also decrease. Same thing for kapha, directly proportional. But in vata, what actually happens, there will be a no whenever there is an increase of vata, decrease of asti we can see. Whenever there is a increase of vata, decrease of asti we can see. There is a inversely proportional, these two, asti and vata, these two are inversely proportional. So when we want to take care about this during the treatment, so during vriddhi and kshaya, we need to think properly, and then according to the signs and symptoms, and then we can give the treatment. That is the main concept. So first you need to know which is ashraya, which is ashrayi. Okay, so and this relationship, then you will understand only 2 points, which is directly proportional, which is inversely proportional. Vata and asti, always it is inversely proportional, whereas directly proportional is pitta and kapha. Same thing, if it is in normalcy, both are in normalcy. If it is increased, both are increased in case of pitta and kapha. But in vata, it is inversely proportional. That's it. Yes, any
The next question we have is, ma'am, the what is the important concept in CVS?
Yes, cardiovascular system. So cardiovascular system, um, you can expect the question of cardiac cycle. Cardiac cycle is very important, and properties of cardiac muscle, right? Properties of cardiac muscle is also very important, and heart sounds. 5 marks question. Sometimes ECG will come. Cardiac output, like regulation of cardiac output may come. It's all very important. Sometimes cardiac muscle, about the question, like about cardiac muscle, properties of cardiac muscle. Mainly properties cardiac cycle, heart sounds. Sometimes ECG will also come, and regulation point. In regulation point, you can expect um, arterial pressure, blood pressure, regulation of blood pressure as well as the regulation of the cardiac output. Sometimes.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question we have is, ma'am, can you please share us those PDFs you displayed?
Those PDFs you displayed.
Answer sheets.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. I will share you. You can share to everyone in the same video section.
The
Sure,
next
I will share.
the next question is regarding the pathways, ma'am.
The next the next question is regarding the pathways, ma'am.
Pathways. So for simply, I can't actually tell about the pathway and all. So for simply, if I want to tell means, first the receptors. What are the receptors? Okay. So then course of movement means first order, where the first order neuron will be initiated, where it will end, where second order neuron, and then come to the third order neurons. First thing you need to know about the receptors. They name the receptors and then go for the course, like first order neuron, second order neuron, and third order neuron. At last, not only this, at last you must mention about the centers, which is auditory center, which is a visual center, olfactory center, like that, where it will end. So along with the diagram, if you are writing means, it will be very easy. Very easy concept. It is not that much tough. Name the receptor, name the first order neuron, name the second course of first order neuron, second order neuron, and third order neuron. At last, center.
The next question we
The
have is,
next
ma'am, the
question we have
students
is,
are
ma'am, the
asking
students are asking.
Yes.
regarding important in respiratory and GIT system, ma'am.
Um, so functional anatomy of respiratory system, starting from the first point is functional anatomy of respiratory system. Very very important. They may ask, and mechanics of respiration. You can expect. Okay. Next, exchange of respiration as well as transport of respiration, and regulation of respiration is also important. So in MCQs and all, you can expect pulmonary function test. Ventilation, it has been asked in one question paper along with some other, like for example, explain about ventilation and write about transport of respiratory gases, or exchange, or mechanics, like that. You can they can expect. And, about dead space and all, in MCQs you can expect. Yes, and artificial respiration. That's artificial respiration. So these are the important concept regarding respiratory system. In GIT, is here also you can expect the functional anatomy and all the functions of liver. So all the functions of like digestive juice, and function of organs like stomach, liver, small intestine, movement of GIT, important question, and digestion and metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. So see that. So digestion, obviously we will study in the digestive juice itself. So along with the digestive juice, we will say what are the digestive juice, what it will digest. So like that, only flowchart is enough, and then go for the absorption, how the absorption will takes place. Next, coming to the metabolism. So it is if you are writing that absorption, you must put a chart, and then metabolism, how the metabolism will takes place in the chart, in the diagram. In Shambhalingam, diagram is there. If you are putting that diagram, that is well and good. So these are the important topics. MCQs in you can expect in all the contents, in all the part.
Yes, ma'am. The student is asking, continuing with the same question in GIT also, ma'am.
Have told about functional anatomy of GIT. ENS is one more question is ENS, enteric nervous system. So if it is functional anatomy, you must mention the ENS, and is about the organs like salivary glands and stomach, liver. If you are knowing about the digestive juices function as well as the, like for example bile or succus centricus, sometimes a question will comes on digestive juices or saliva, like that. Saliva, so one time it is been asked for 5 marks. Salivary glands, not saliva, salivary glands, and functions of all these digestive juices, movement of GIT, and carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, digestion and metabolism. These are important. Next.
The next question is, ma'am, please say about most important topics to be covered in nervous system and homeostasis.
I have told this, right? Nervous system and homeostasis, alva. So, see, in both the wait, let me come to the homeostasis. So, see the question and answer properly. Nowadays, question are too specific. For example, write about positive feedback mechanism, or give an example for negative feedback mechanism, or write about homeostasis and give one example for feedback mechanism. Like this only they will specify. First thing is we must write the definition for homeostasis, and then go for the components of homeostasis. Okay, and then one example for negative feedback mechanism and positive feedback mechanism. If it is for 10 marks, you can also write, like there are so many systems which will act on the homeostasis, which will influence the homeostasis. For example, blood, it is having a role in maintaining the pH and all, right? Even body, like water and electrolyte mechanism, like that, body fluids, right? So all these, some of not all the system, at least one 5 or 6 entities which will having a role on influencing a homeostasis mechanism. These points you must write. If it is for 5 marks, they will specify what to write. For example, negative feedback mechanism or positive feedback mechanism, like that they will specify. So coming to nervous system, see, in nervous system, first thing is, first you must know the classification. There are so many students, they don't know the classification of nervous system and nerve fibers. So please study the classification of nervous system as well as nerve fibers, and read about the neuron and like receptors and synapse. So many time this question has been asked for 5 marks, right? And you can also expect properties like excitation, like that. So if you are writing flowchart, that is also well and good. Spinal cord introduction and some other parts of the brain, like cortical part or brain stem, like that also they will ask. So this is exactly for the nervous system. Then comes with the higher mental function. Sometimes like in anatomy and all, limbic system is important, but here I don't think limbic system itself they will ask for 5 marks and all. And here coming the higher mental function, where a very important question is learning, memory and speech. Sleep itself is a 5 marks question. Sometimes it will come for 10 marks. And pathways. So these many points are important. One time 3 marks is CSF. I don't think for 5 marks they will ask CSF.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question we have is, ma'am, what type of question may come from muscle physiology 5 or 10 marks?
Muscle physiology. So classification of muscle, properties of three type of muscle you can expect, and contraction of muscle. Okay. uh, Contraction of muscle is also very important, and if question may come for classification, like for 5 marks, for 5 marks also classification you can expect. Other than this, contraction mechanism, some of the important questions. Structure of muscle. So this is important for 5 marks and 10 marks. You can expect like a contraction mechanism or changes in muscular contraction, like that. So classification is important. Sometimes properties and contraction. Next.
The next question, ma'am, Upadata concept, what all we should focus mainly on?
So on Upadatu, first thing you need to write about the what is Upadatu. Okay, Nirukti you need to write what is Upadatu. Next, in syllabus copy, not all the Upadatus is there for you for explanation. Only thing is for classification you need to write the shloka. First thing you need to write the Nirukti and then go for the classification shloka. Okay, and put the table according to both the acharyas, two references, and then for your syllabus only stanya, artava and tvak is there. So whatever there in the syllabus, that if you know that particular topics, that is enough. So this is introduction to the Upadatu. What is etymology of, okay, and then classification of Upadhatu. Classification of Upadhatu is also important. Like if any Upadhatu is asked for 5 marks, you must write the prior that you must write what is Upadhatu, that is Nirukti and all, and then classification, and then go for the particular Upadhatu, that is Tanya, Artava, and Tvaka. In the Tanya, so you need to know about what is Nirukti of Tanya and Utpatti of Tanya, right? And Shuddha Stanya Lakshana, Dushita Stanya Lakshana, one shloka you must write, and Vriddhi Kshaya. Okay. So there only there is a test. Like if we put the Stanya to the water, it will properly, like that. Though that test also you can write. And Artava. So Artava Guna, Shuddha Artava Guna, and Anjali Pramana and Panchamahabhuta also you can add for both Sanya and Artava. And along with that, Vriddhi Kshaya, here Artava Srotas also you can write, and you, if you know the difference between Rajas and Artava, that also you can quote. And Tvacha, definition of Tvacha, Utpatti of Tvacha, classification of Tvacha, and on both the acharyas, that is according to Charakacharya, according to Shushrutacharya. Sometimes they will specify the question, explain about Shushrutacharya classification of Tvacha, like that. So these many points you must write. So you know this, you must know these points. Other than this, for MCQ purpose, if you know the number of snayu, sira, kandara, that is good. Yes, ahara and ahara pakam. So ahara, very important concept. You must write about what is ahara, definition of ahara, and significance of ahara. Sometimes classification of ahara will ask for 5 marks, so prepare for that. There are so many classification of ahara, like it all ahara is considered as one type, and two types of ahara, three types of ahara, five types of ahara, six type of ahara, like that. Even based on the guna, 20 types of ahara. Classification of ahara you must by heart, right? You must learn definition of ahara and significance or importance of ahara. And in ahara concept itself, they have given like asta ahara vidhi vishesha ayatana, ahara vidhi vidana, ahara parinamakara bhavas. These concept, these particularly three concepts are there for you people. So see that you in each type you are mentioning the shloka along with the explanation. Okay, that is also very important. In ahara paka kramamu, one shloka is there along with the ahara definition and some classification. Mention that shloka annamadana karmantu, that particular shloka, and then write about the ahara paka, like flow chart. If you are writing, you can write, you must and should mention that, write that flow chart. And then conclusion, like importance of ahara, conclude with the importance or significance of ahara. That's that is enough. Next. It is same as NCSM. NCISM, like a syllabus copy is there, right? The same pattern. AGHS, same type of AGHS, like blueprint. Only thing is you are having MCQs, and question number will be there in your answer sheets. Everything is same. Right pattern is not changed. See, physiology of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Here, it is an Indriya concept. First thing you need to write is what is Indriya. Okay, what is Indriya? What will come in like a definition of Indriya and classification of Indriya you need to write. And then like these Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, Indriya Pancha Panchaka, if you are explaining, that is enough. Okay, so and also you can write the formation of indriya, one more point after writing indriya definition, classification of indriya, and formation of indriya. And this particular perception of shabda rasa rupa, shabda spasha rupa rasa gandha, if you're writing pancha panchaka, that is enough. So pancha panchaka is needed here. That is the perception. Indriya arthas, like that. Next. Nervous system I have told. Is it important to regulation? Is Yes, actually it is important, but regulation as such they will not ask. They may ask along with the digestive juice or regulation of this particular like salivary glands or salivary juice or gastric juice. They may ask important one. They may ask. Yes, in both the papers, 50% marks should be gained. Then only you will pass. In one paper, if you are gaining like 70 marks in one paper, you are gaining 45 marks, means you will fail. It is fail only. In both the paper you must gain 50 marks, above 15 marks. Five and six. Which five and six? I didn't get this. Combined chapter in the sense, Dhatu is asked, then see, as I told, so nowadays they will not ask like write about Rasadhatu, write about Raktadhatu. Some question like that question pattern was there previously, but they will specify now what to write. For example, they will they will ask the, let me take an example of Rakta Dhatu, right? About rasa, like utpatti of Rakta Dhatu, karma of Rakta Dhatu, like that. So Vriddhi and Kshaya of, they will specify what to write, or Sarapurusha of Rakta Dhatu. So other than this, whatever they have asked, you can write the Panchamahabhuta, you can write the Kala, you can write the Anjali Pramana. So these are very, in one line you can finish this. It will also give the weightage for your answer sheet, so you can cover that. So they will specify what to write in dhatus. So make a contents first. All the dhatus you can read in same way. For example, nirukti, paryaya, panchamahabhuta, kala, utpatti, sthana, karma, guna, if there is a classification, right? So all these you need to know. Vriddhi, kshaya, sarapurusha, along with the srotas. It will come in sthana itself. Must and should, you must learn all these contents. Then you can write whatever the contents they have asked. They will specify what to write. Next. Yes, sir. It will come for MCQ. Local hormones and their function, definitely you can expect for MCQs. Next. See, that's what I'm telling. Like one dhatu is, they have explained. You are having a question on rasa dhatu, like that. You need to make an contents. They will specify. Same. You need to write whatever they have asked according to the contents. It is there in the blueprint. So in which part we will get an 5 marks question, you will get a 10 marks question. Everything is there in MCQs. In which particular topic you need to concentrate on MCQs. That is there in the blueprint. I think page number 66 or 65. Yes, it is there in the blueprint. You can go to that. 65 page number. Hemopoietic system. Hemopoietic system, hemopoiesis, like erythropoiesis is a very important question. You can expect for 10 marks also or 5 marks also. Whenever the question is asked, you must write the definition of hemopoiesis or erythropoiesis. If it is, see the question first, whether it is for 10 marks or 5 marks. If it is for 10 marks, you must write site of erythropoiesis. I'm telling about the erythropoiesis. As such, hemopoiesis they will not ask. Erythropoiesis definitely they will ask. So erythropoiesis, if it is for 10 marks, yes, first site of erythropoiesis, and process of erythropoiesis, that chart is there, right? That is enough. And stages of erythropoiesis in table form you can write, and factors influencing erythropoiesis, whether it is a maturating factor influencing it, like that, factors influencing. If it is for 5 marks, they will explain, like explain the stages of erythropoiesis. Then you need to explain stages only after writing the definition. As such, if it is asked, you can write stages of erythropoiesis along with the site. If possible, in 1 or 2 lines, you can mention whatever the factors influencing. That's it. Glycogenesis, glyconeogenesis, you can expect for MCQs, or functions of glucose or pancreas, hormone secreted from the pancreas, like that you can expect. Not as such like glycogenesis, glyconeogenesis, like that definition will not come, but MCQs and all, it will be specified. Or you can expect the question hormone, in hormone level, function of pancreas, like that, or growth hormone, like that. I have told this. So other than erythropoiesis, in hemopoietic system, in the sense, in blood, In the sense, you can expect the functions of blood or and anemia for 5 marks. You can expect um, functions of, it may be RBC, WBC, and platelets. So these are important. In reproductive system, functional anatomy of reproductive system, in all the system, if you are reading the functional anatomy, that is good. And about menstruation cycle, menstrual cycle, you can expect the question. Ovulation and placenta. So parturition also you can expect. In endocrine system, see, endocrine system, there also you need to learn all the hormones in the content form. So there is a contents what you need to learn, what you need to cover in whenever the hormone is asked. And also gland wise and hormone wise, you need to make a contents for all the hormones or a gland, same contents you need to write. And first thing is introduction to endocrinology, that is classification of the hormones is very very important. You must know that. Other than this, about the gland, what is the site of the gland, which are the hormones secreted from the gland, what is the function of the hormones, like that you can make an contents. Regarding the hormone site, self life, half life, and functions. Concentrate on functions. Whatever the question is, physiology means nothing but the functions. Functions you need to write more and more. See, this is also regarding like a question. If it is for 5 marks, compulsory you must write the at least 5 shlokas, 3 to 4, up to 4. Less than three, it is very low. So at least if it is for 10 marks, more than 6, up to 8 shloka, up to 8 to 9 shloka you need to mention. Excretory system. So excretory system, formation of the urine, and um, you nephron, nephron, formation of the urine. You can expect the concentration of the urine sometimes. Micturition you can expect. And regulation, sometimes dialysis for 5 marks. So if you want to know the system, means skin is also there, you can also expect the function of the skin as well as temperature. Prakriti, yes, very important. Prakriti you can expect for 10 marks, all type of question you can expect here. In Prakriti, first thing is definition of the Prakriti, classification of the Prakriti. Okay. And like if Deha Prakriti is there, explain about the Deha Prakriti. um, so these points and synonyms about the Prakriti. Lakshanas. Okay. Lakshanas, like Anukatva, at least a Sharangadhara shloka you need to mention. So these many points. Combined they will not ask, separately they will ask. Manas they will not ask uh, in combination with the Indriyas. Indriyas you can expect for 5 marks, Manas all type of question, separately, not with the combined. In cell physiology, yes sir, in cell physiology, cell membrane is very very important. So many times question has been asked. So you go through the cell membrane physiology. Okay. So other than this, organelles. So in generally you need to know about the organelles, and including nucleus. So that is enough. So in the same cell physiology itself, cell death is there, like cell death, the three types of cell death: apoptosis, necrosis, and all. So that also you can expect 5 marks. And then this transport mechanism through the cell membrane is important. That's minimum shloka. I have told for 5 marks, minimum 4 to 5 shlokas should be there. Minimum more than three. Minimum three, up to 4 to 5 shlokas is enough for 5 marks. For 10 marks, 6 to 7 shlokas will expect. And again, it is also depends on the concept. Adipose tissue you can expect for 5 marks. Skeletal muscle I have told. Properties of the skeletal muscle, contraction mechanism, and properties you can expect. Squatter gland also you can expect for 5 marks, and adipose tissue both are 5 marks or MCQs.
Ma'am, the next question we have is, any relation between Purishadhara Kala and Asti?
Yes, it is there. Purishadhara Kala and Asti, yes, relation is there. See, as the Vayu is present, is Vayu Mahabhuta, it is present in both the entities, it is having a relationship. So, along with that, you can go by using Panch Mahabhuta. So, there is having a relationship. Vitamins topic is you can expect for 5 marks. Vitamins, uh, 10 marks they may sometimes ask you see the go through the blueprint once, but you can expect for 5 marks maybe water soluble vitamins and lipid soluble vitamins. So see that whenever the vitamin question is asked, you must write about the source of vitamin and daily intake, daily input, and signs and symptoms, and disorders. Normal functions, signs and symptoms in the sense functions of the vitamins, and then disorders, name the disorders. All these points we should mention, like a one like vitamin A, like that they will not ask, they will ask about like water soluble vitamin and lipid soluble vitamin, like that. So at that time see that you are covering all these 5 points. Okay, so in MCQs they may ask. See, whenever the question is like sweat gland is asked, classification. What is sweat glands? Where it is resided, and classification of the sweat glands, and about this like properties of sweat glands. So these many points you need to explain for 5 marks. See that you are writing classification compulsory. So classification is very important, and characteristics regarding classification of sweat glands. See, it is not necessary to fill all the pages, especially for 5 marks. 3 pages will be there, right? One and a half page you must write. After that, it is up to you, up to your knowledge. If you are covering in a within a time, don't take much time. Okay, if you are covering in that particular time, then you can write. Acid base balance is regulation of the acid base balance. They will ask temperature is temperature, cell temperature, they will not ask. Like temperature regulation, they may ask for 5 marks. Cell physiology, as I have told, cell membrane is very important. Transport across the cell membrane is very important. Cell organelles, they may ask. DNA replication, like that, they will not ask. They may ask like organelles of cell organelles, or explain about the nucleus, like that they may ask. That time you can. Transport across this cell membrane is 5 marks question. And regulation of not only acid base, even water balance is also important. That is also 5 marks. See, it is for 10 marks. It is not the quantity, it is about the quality of your answer. So, if you are writing all the points which is asked in the question, no need to cover 6 pages. If you don't have that much concept, miss, how can you cover? See that you are maintaining the time. Like maximum you need to cover is 4 page. Okay. So after that, it is up to you. As the additional sheets are not provided here, they will give one extra sheets. Up to 4 sheets you must write. And timings is also very important. Up to 15 to 20 minutes you can take for 10 marks. Next.
I think that's all
I
from
think
our
that's all
question.
from our.
I think that's all from our question and answer session. There are same repeated questions, so I think can we skip them, ma'am?
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you for giving an opportunity.
Um, Actually, we have to say thanks to you, ma'am, for agreeing to be on board, and not only that, you arranged for such an eminent Sanskrit lecture, because many those students have like grip over other subjects. Many students didn't have any grip over Sanskrit, and they didn't know what was going on in Sanskrit, and they were really confused regarding the attempting the Sanskrit exam, ma'am. So yesterday's session, I think they have really helped a lot and lot of students. I think so far more than 4,000 students have watched it. So I think um, many students have benefited out of that, and it wouldn't have happened without you, ma'am. So really thank you for the same. And continuing with that, you agreed to do a session on just a single interaction, and thank you for that also, ma'am. On behalf of my whole team at Jignasa and my organization, we would like to extend our warmest gratitude and thanks to you, ma'am, also for doing two sessions, that two multiple sessions on such an elaborative doing a session on a single topic is different, and doing a session on one whole paper is different, ma'am. So you took that challenge for us, and you delivered it exactly like we needed, like in which is in the benefit of the students. Thank you for that, ma'am, and in future also we look forward to collaborate with you and work hand in hand with you for the betterment of I students and Irish community, ma'am.
Sure, sure. Always support will be there. Thank you to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Thank you,
once
ma'am.
again. I
Thank you
request
once
your
again. I
permission
request
to
your
end the
permission to end
broadcast,
the
ma'am.
broadcast, ma'am.
Yeah, sure, we will.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good night, all.